In this video, we're going to talk about one of the most mysterious and captivating creatures of the deep, the squid. Honestly, these animals are like something straight out of a science fiction movie, with an anatomy and a set of abilities that almost defy belief. So let's just dive right in. So, first off, let's just get a sense of how long these creatures have been around. And we're not talking about a few million years. No, squid are ancient. They were swimming around in our oceans way before the dinosaurs even showed up. That alone just adds this incredible layer of mystery, doesn't it? So you gotta wonder, right? What is it about this squishy, soft-bodied animal that's let it survive for 500 million years? What secrets is it hiding? Well, that is exactly what we're about to unpack. Okay, so here's the game plan. We're gonna kick things off with their anatomy, which is just unbelievably weird. Then we'll get into their deep-sea superpowers, take a peek at their short but really interesting lives, see where they fit in the whole predator-prey dynamic, and then we'll wrap it all up with some absolutely mind-blowing facts. Alright, first up, their bodies. And you know, I keep saying alien because there's really no better word for it. What's going on inside a squid is just wonderfully strange. So let's get basic for a second. What is a squid, really? Well, it's a mollusk. That just means it's an invertebrate, no backbone. It's technically in the same big family as snails you'd see in your garden, or even clams. But trust me, that's pretty much where the similarities stop. Okay, now look at this number. Any guesses what that could be? It's not the number of arms, not eyes, it's the number of hearts. A squid has 3 hearts. Yeah, you heard that right, 3. And it actually makes perfect sense when you think about it. These guys live a really high-energy, fast-paced life. So 2 of those hearts are totally dedicated to one job, pumping blood to the gills to soak up oxygen. Then the third, bigger heart, takes all that oxygenated blood and blasts it to the rest of the body. That's what fuels those incredible bursts of speed. And just when you thought 3 hearts was weird, let's talk about the brain. It is literally shaped like a donut. And get this, its esophagus, you know, the tube for food, runs right through the middle of the brain. Can you even imagine that? Every bite of food you take has to pass directly through your command center. Just wild. Okay, so with an anatomy that bizarre, you just know it's going to lead to some pretty incredible abilities. This wild setup gives squid what are basically superpowers, tailor-made for surviving in the deep, dark ocean. First up is their signature move, jet propulsion. It's a really simple idea, but it's so effective. They just suck a bunch of water into their main body, which is called the mantle, and then, whoosh, they shoot it out through this little tube called a siphon. They can aim that siphon anywhere, so they can zoom forwards, backwards, sideways. They're basically the little rockets of the sea. And then there's their camouflage, which is just on another level. Their skin is packed with thousands of these tiny, color-filled sacs called chromatophores. Think of them like pixels on a screen. By squeezing and relaxing these sacs, they can change their color, their pattern, even the texture of their skin in the blink of an eye. It is absolutely seamless. I mean, it's so incredible that people have called it a natural light show. And that's not an exaggeration. They use it for everything, hiding from predators, talking to other squids, even hypnotizing their next meal. It's just a crucial, beautiful part of who they are. And of course, we can't talk about squid without mentioning their ink. Everyone knows they shoot out a cloud of ink to escape, right? But here's the really cool part. That ink isn't just a smokescreen. It's also packed with chemicals that can totally dull a predator's sense of smell. It's a 1-2 punch that makes their getaway a whole lot easier. So, okay, they are these biological wonders for sure. But what's life actually like for a squid? Well, here's the thing. For all this amazing complexity, their time here is surprisingly short. Yeah, most squid only live for about 1 to 2 years. That's it. It's a real live fast, die young kind of situation. They grow up super quickly, they reproduce, and then that's the end of the line. But even with those short lives, they can be really social. A lot of them hang out in these huge groups called schools. And what's really fascinating is that studies show they have these complex social circles inside the group, but there's no boss, no single chief, no one calling the shots. It's just this massive, coordinated group with no leader. And when it's time to mate, it's a real show. Massive schools get together, and the males use their skin to put on these incredible flashy light displays to impress the females. The male then uses a special arm to, well, delicately place a sperm packet inside the female. After that, she'll go find a safe hidden spot to lay all her fertilized eggs. And when I say all her eggs, I mean it. A single female can lay up to 70,000 eggs. It's just a numbers game, really. The idea is that if you have that many babies, even if most of them get eaten, a few are bound to survive. Which brings us right to the squid's role in the bigger ocean food web. Because they're kind of stuck in the middle. They're amazing hunters, but they're also a super important meal for a lot of other animals. When they're hunting, squid are incredibly efficient. They've got these 2 extra long tentacles they can shoot out to snatch up prey. They'll eat small fish, shrimp, crabs, and yeah, they're not above eating other smaller squid. A little cannibalism never hurt, I guess. But on the other hand, everybody eats squid. Seriously, they're a massive part of the ocean's menu. You've got huge sperm whales diving down for giant squid, you've got dolphins, seals, sharks, big fish, even seabirds. Squid are basically a high-protein energy bar for the entire ocean. Alright, let's wrap this up with a little rapid-fire round of some more mind-blowing squid facts. These are the kinds of things that just prove how absolutely wild these creatures are. Okay, fact 1. The colossal squid, it has the biggest eyes in the entire animal kingdom. We're talking the size of dinner plates, all to see in the dark. Fact 2. Some squid can actually fly. Or, well, glide. They shoot themselves out of the water and soar through the air. Fact 3. The giant squid is not a myth. It's real, and it can get as long as a school bus. Fact 4. Tucked away in that soft body is a super sharp beak, kind of like a parrot's, that they use to tear apart their food. And finally, fact 5. Baby squid get zero help. The second they hatch, they are completely on their own. You know, it all just makes you think, doesn't it? We know all this cool stuff about squid, but we've still only explored, like 5% of our own oceans? What other kinds of weird, wonderful squid are down there, just waiting to be discovered? Alright, that is it for this video, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.